So let's understand what are the different kinds of living entities and what is liberation. I'm going to select 2 points. What is liberation in Bhagavatam and what are the two kinds of living entities in Bhagavatam? Let me try to explain from this Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.6 shloka number. So the merging of the living entity along with this conditional living tendency with the mystic lying down of the Mahā-Viṣṇu is called the winding up, the cosmic manifestation. What happens during Pralayam is those living entities merge back into Mahā-Viṣṇu who have not got liberated. So who got liberated? How do they get the liberation? So liberation is a permanent situation. If you recover your permanent spiritual situation of the form of the living entity, after it gives up the gross and subtle material bodies. This gross and subtle material bodies, Sukshma Shariram and gross and subtle bodies, right? Sthula and Sukshma, we are covered. We try to give up that. We succeed in giving up that because of the right knowledge, because of the right transcendental sound association. That is called liberation. So we'll try to explain in the coming slides on the kinds of living entities and kind of liberation. Please stay with us, and then that will help you to liberate from all kinds of negative emotion. Even when living in this body, you can experience the joys of liberation. Please stay with me. Hare Krishna. What are the two types of living entities? So as we have discussed several times, there are two kinds of living entities. One category, the first category, is the ever liberated, and they are the most of them, that is Tripada Vibhuti. Most of them means Tripada Vibhuti, 75%. And then the next category is Nitya Muktas, so ever conditioned. Nitya Muktas and Nitya Baddhas, ever liberated, ever conditioned. So next we will see why do some become conditioned? Because the ever conditioned souls are apt to develop a certain mentality as a reason of lording over the material nature, property, wealth. I want to enjoy my senses. This sort of a lording over, aham mameti, me and mine. This kind of mentality will make us conditioned to the material energy. Therefore, and then the material cosmic manifestation is manifested to give the chance. Even these conditioned souls, ever conditioned souls, they will get this chance to lord over. Plus, they also get chance to how to get liberated. Let's see in the next slide about that, right? What are the two kinds of facility God's creation provides to the ever conditioned living entities? What are the two kinds of facilities? The first facility is that the conditional soul can act according to its tendency to lord over the cosmic manifestation. So you can enjoy, you can continue this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi cycle and lord over this material energy. Lording over means dominating trying to dominate the material energy. Dominating means making sense objects of various kinds and enjoying the senses, like unlimited cuisines and enjoy it. Eat, exploit the animals, kill them, eat them for the pleasure of the palate, these kind of things. So it's called lording over material. Or too much of research and finding machines to enhance the luxury and life and all this, right? This is one way. Not all bothered about what happens after death and all this kind of things. But there are second category which it will provide also. What is that? The other facilities, second facilities, you can go home back to God. It means revive our original spiritual condition by minimizing this lording over to a very basic minimum. You can wind up. You can wind up your existence here, not getting bothered. So these two kinds are there, but if the purification is not complete, then even after winding up the cosmic manifestation, most of the conditioned souls merge into the existence of Mahā-Viṣṇu in his mystic slumber to be created again in the next creation. So if our purification is not complete, the tendency of lording over, this tendency is not complete, then we continue. We merge at the time of creation. We merge into the existence of Vishnu. We merge into the existence of Mahā-Viṣṇu at the time of destruction. It's called the winding up, right? Pralaya will happen after certain cycles. So after every yuga there is a pralayam, right? Then there is a merging back into the existence of Mahā-Viṣṇu. was lying in his mystic slumber, to be created again. So we get again chance if purification is not complete. From that point, if suppose we have achieved 30% purification, we begin from that point and continue the journey till we become 100%. We cannot complete the journey. So both the facilities are provided. People can go on enjoying. This is the first facility. The tendency to lording, go on lording it over, make more property, more money, and then you will realize after so many lives that this is a wasteful adventure. It cannot make me happy. This first facility, exploring this first facility cannot make me happy. Better I minimize my exploitation of the material energy for popularity, fame, for increasing wealth, popularity, for enjoying beautiful women and all this. You say that let me now develop my original happiness which is already there inside me. Let me cultivate. That is the second facility given. So let me purify myself, sattva shuddhim, and then recover that. You know. So who are able to go back to Godhead, or how to purify so that we are able to go back to our original state of love and affection and the spiritual existence. So who are those people? But some of the conditioned souls who follow the transcendental sound in the form of Vedic literatures. So this Shabda in the Vedic literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitam, they are very important. Thus able to go back to God, because this sound only can purify our chitta. Our consciousness is purified only by sound. So they, once purified, they attain we all have our spiritual and attain these original bodies after quitting the covering, the gross and subtle covering we have. Gross is the Panchabhautika Sharira, have subtle body is the mind, intelligence and Ahankara. Manobuddhi Ahankara is called the subtle material body, and the gross is the made of the Panchabhauta, the outward layer of this hands, legs and skin and all this we have, right? This is the physical Stula Shariram, and there is a Sukshma Shariram. The Sukshma Sharira also we cannot see, which is made up of, but we can feel the mind, intelligence and Ahankaram. So these two layers will give up, and the original spiritual body will be developed inside. Original spiritual bodies. And because why it will be developed? Because of the sound. The sound will awaken that already existing spiritual body inside. The transcendental sound, the form of Vedic literature is so powerful. Right? So why the Sukshma Sharira and the Stula Sharira develops over the soul? Why bodies develop, gross bodies develop over the beautiful and subtle soul? Soul is eternal because the material conditional body is developed due to the living in its forgetfulness. When we forget our relation with God, Sambandha with Sri Krishna Paramatma, this forgetfulness of the relationship. And during the course of this cosmic manifestation, the conditions also given a chance. So when we forget it, we develop those bodies, and then we are given the chance to revive their original status of life with the help of revealed scriptures. Our original status of life is Krishna Dasa, Dasanudasa in Vrindavanam. So that is our original status. So this chance to revive the original status of life is given in this world also. You can either go on enjoying and forget to continue the forgetfulness, or you can recover the remembrance. That's why so many ashrama temples are there. You can recover the remembrance, connection to God, and develop and awaken our soul. So mercifully how? By the help of revealed scriptures, the transcendental sound. These revealed scriptures, very important. So mercifully compiled. The Lord has compiled this in various avatars. He comes to compile. He leaves behind the body of literature so that we can take advantage of this. By taking advantage, and then we can revive this forgetfulness. We can close this forgetfulness. This reviving this original status of life. So how to become liberated even in this body? Even though I'm in Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira, this covering I have now, which undergoes 4 kinds of changes: birth, death, old age and disease. Even though I am there in that, how to become liberated even in this, to feel the soul? By reading or hearing of such transcendental Vedic literatures, which are Shabda Brahma, that help one become liberated even in the conditional state of material existence. Please understand. So always worship the scriptures, read them, hear them. Each one of them is living sound, Shabda Brahma, that can give you immense benefit by getting liberated even in the body, and will be untouched by all the miseries. Hare Krishna. So you'll all be curious, what do the Vedic literatures really contain? What is there inside them? Is it a set of Sanskrit shlokas? What is the marma, the essence of the Vedic literatures, right? That is important to understand. So all Vedic literature aim at devotional service to the Supreme Personality of God. So what do they aim at? Devotional service. Seva. Service means doing for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality. So that is what the central essence. Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyam vedanta krit vedanta vichaham. And as soon as it gets one fixed up on this point that, okay, you now we believe, you accept that Veda talks about this devotional service, then you immediately become liberated. This understanding itself will liberate you, because this thought of my happiness, my pleasure binds you. The thought of Vishnu's happiness, Vishnu's pleasure liberates you. Then the material gross and subtle forms are simply due to the conditioned soul's ignorance. So why do we develop this outer covering? Is because of the ignorance of knowledge, lack of knowledge, and as lack of devotional service, idea of devotional service. But once you are fixed in the devotional service, you become eligible to be freed from the conditioned state. You become fixed. Fixed means doing japa every day of the names of the Lord. That is one of the devotional service. Watering the tulsi plant. Like that, there are 64 kinds of devotional service. Shravanam, like you are doing now. This is devotional service for you. So your liberation journey will start as you are hearing my YouTube, because this is from the Shastras. As you hear about Bhagavan, his incarnations, your liberation starts. Shravanam, and you explain to others, Kirtanam, and you remember them in the mind, your liberation starts. Such is the power, friends. Then what happens is this devotional service, the basis for this devotional service is the transcendental attraction. Everybody inside the soul, we have attraction for our spiritual creator, our original creator, which is Supreme Shri Krishna, on account of his being the source, because he is the source of all pleasing humors, even of all the pleasures. So everyone is after pleasure of humor for enjoyment, but does not know the supreme source. The supreme source of pleasure is Supreme Lord. And when we direct our attraction and through the seva to him, we get anandam labdha anandi bhaviti. Please understand, right? The Vedic hymns inform everyone about the supreme source. So what does the Vedic literature contain? What is the key to true happiness? They inform everyone. They inform everyone about the supreme source of all pleasure, which is the Lord. Ananda is a person, not an object. The unlimited fountainhead of all pleasure is the personality of God, Sri Krishna. And one who is fortunate enough to this information only you have to receive in human life. Information is rare. If you are hearing now, you are very fortunate. Like Bhagavatam and all, everywhere it's said in the Bhagavatam that he is the source of pleasure. Connect to him for non-stop pleasure. Then you will become liberated to occupy the proper place in the kingdom of God. You will go back to Vaikuntha. Friends, take this opportunity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. If you like this Prabhupada's purport analysis and going deeper into the Acharya's purport, you please subscribe, like, forward to your friends, because you will get credit. It is Kirtanam. When you forward such recordings of the Lord and the Acharya and the devotee, it's Kirtanam. Take the credit. Hare Krishna.